All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. So, as you can see, we got the motor in here, and we also got a mountain of parts. But what we're going to work on today, we're going to work on this wiring. This was a V6 Silverado, and we're changing over to a V8. I took the V8 out of a Tahoe, and this is the mountain of parts. Most of it I didn't even need to take out, but I took out because you can never go wrong with extra parts. But the gist of what I'm covering today is the wire, and everyone wants to know how to make one of these run when you take the V6 out. So, and this right here is actually my harness to the front, the lights and all. But the way you do this is this harness right here, and I've cut it, you see, but this would have been the harness to go to the V6, and it goes down to the computer. All of this, it has a couple other plugs down in here that connects various things, but you unplug these and this one plug. That's all you gotta do. You gotta take loose this one plug, and your V8 harness will plug back into the same spot. Okay, and once you plug the V8 harness in, you plug back up your connectors, and all of it will work. The harness will come from here and go to the inside. I'm doing something a little bit different with this. I'm actually going to install a foot pedal, so that'll be a little bit different. But the way to make this run without having to get it tuned or anything right away is before you take it out of the donor vehicle, you have to make sure that you crank the donor vehicle and you unplug the body control module. If you unplug the body control module and then turn the donor vehicle off and leave the body control module unplugged and crank the donor vehicle back up, it'll start flashing the security light on the dash. But what that's going to do is that's going to let you know that the VATs are now disabled. And make sure it cranks a couple of times with the body control module unplugged, and you won't have to go through the nightmare of coded keys and all of that stuff. With this, I'm kind of testing myself. I know how to do it that way, but this way I took the entire steering, the steering column and the key, and I'm actually gonna hook all of the VAT stuff back up, only because I never do it. I always unhook all this stuff, and I'm telling y'all how to unhook it, but I'm just trying to test myself. I want to see if I can hook it all back up and make it work right. So I'm gonna actually change the key, the body control module, and the computer on this, and I'm going to change it from drive-by cable to drive-by-wire. It's a little bit harder to do it that way. It's more steps, but it's also it's also just all new. Like I feel like it's nothing. It's simpler. It's no cables. It just makes it all new. But y'all stay tuned, man. This is what we're on. Today we're gonna get some of the wiring done. I gave y'all some useful tips, man, and you can use this on any LS swap. It's all the same. All of the wiring is something like this whole harness, which would have actually went to the V6, is all disconnected now from the truck completely. So let's see here. We get a couple of these plugs loose, and we can actually take this whole harness out. It's got a couple of plugs you don't want to just yank off. You want to just kind of take your time, loop around everything. Because with these wires, you never know when you're pulling something out of the harness, or having a pulled wire, and something to watch for. So, and that would have been the complete V6 harness. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Of course it's cut, but I cut it because I knew I was going to do it this way. This way I don't have to cut any wires. I'm actually hooking it back up the correct way. That's why I want to do the ignition. I've never done one the correct way. So something else y'all got to look for is stuff like this, okay? This is a really, really nice truck, so I know it was well taken care of. But man, rats will get into a truck. You could have something sitting on a job site somewhere, man, and just in a little bit of time while you're working, they can build rats' nests, and they go to the wires. So of course now I'm gonna check check this wiring, but I do see where one was in here, and that's what a lot of problems people have, the crazy wiring issues and crazy codes popping up. A lot of times it's just as simple as a rat nest built up in your under your fuse box. But man, hopefully I gave y'all some helpful tips, hopefully some stuff y'all can use. Man, y'all have some good builds, and leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. All right, y'all have a good one.